Welcome to Module 2 of the Golf Club Operations Online program from Selkirk College. Chapter 2 deals with potent marketing concepts, and I wanted to touch on some of the key elements of the chapter before you read the chapter and have a look at the PowerPoint show. So we'll start with targeting and segmentation. Now, targeting and segmentation are verbs, but target group and target segment are nouns, so there can be a bit of confusion there. But for example, you could have a target group could be women, but a segment of that target group could be career women or elderly women. So you need to be careful about talking about target groups and segments of target groups. Now, when you target one of those groups, that's a verb, and that means that you specifically try to communicate with that. So if you wanted to target career women, for example, you'd probably access business magazines that career women would read, or programs, or find associations that they belong to. So target groups, target segments, and targeting and segmentation are nouns and verbs. You need to keep those straight. Let's talk about differentiation. Now, differentiation, for example, is this online golf management program that Selkirk offers. We've differentiated ourselves from other colleges by going 100% online. And we did this, of course, it's cheaper for people to take courses this way. It's more convenient. You don't have to leave home. You can continue to work while you take it. So that's differentiated from on-campus attendance. So when you differentiate something, the idea is to make it better and to be different from your competition so that, of course, you've got a niche and an advantage in the marketplace. Psychographics is another key term. Psychographics differs from demographics in as much as it deals with psychology, as the root of the word might suggest. Demographics deals with statistics and hard facts like income and ages and that sort of thing, where psychographics deals with the psychological makeup of people, their likes, their dislikes, what makes them tick, what motivates them. So when you get into the psychology of your customers, it's quite powerful because you're actually able to address what motivates them to act. So demographics, psychographics, they all work together, but you need to use both of them and understand both of them. You'll read more about this in the chapter and see it in the PowerPoint show. Positioning and repositioning. Your position in the marketplace is how people view you or your company. So for example, Mercedes-Benz has a position in the marketplace as a high-end, high-quality, and expensive vehicle compared to, say, a Kia. So each company has positioned itself one way or another, and hopefully deliberately. You should be positioning your organization deliberately, not by accident. And repositioning comes in when you need to change your position for one reason or another. And a prime example of this was baking soda. Years and years ago, baking soda was used strictly for baking. Someone got the bright idea that it could be a fridge deodorizer, and of course, who doesn't have a box of baking soda in their fridge now? It's also, of course, used in underarm deodorant and toothpaste. So you can see that the repositioning away from just a cooking ingredient opened up huge revenue markets for the baking soda producers. So a good example of repositioned product. Partnering, hugely important in the golf industry. This is when you partner up with another business. For example, you could partner up with a tour company, with hotels, with restaurants, with theme parks. And the idea with partnering, of course, is to leverage your marketing dollars. You can advertise more than one benefit for people to come and visit your club or the region that your club is operating in. And when they're visiting, they might do some golfing, they might attend a theme park, and of course they'd stay at a hotel. So by spreading the marketing cost over several companies, you can make a lot more penetration, a lot more cost effectively. So partnering is good for several reasons. You offer more benefits and features, and it cuts down your marketing costs. Packaging goes basically in hand with that, with partnering quite often. You'll offer people, for example, play every golf course in this region, stay at a hotel, get 3 meals included in your price, and all this for $299. So you can see there, by packaging your green fees, your accommodation, your meals, you can make one price for people, and usually tourists and travelers and even locals find this quite appealing. So packaging is an important marketing concept. Programming has to do with basically taking themes. So for example, you might have wine and cheese parties for your F&B establishment. So basically figuring out a way to set up a program can attract people to patronize your establishment when they might otherwise just come for a day of golf. This can actually get them to stay longer and enjoy some food and enjoy some drinks. So programming can greatly boost your revenues and increase your capacity utilization. Last point I want to touch on is branding. And a lot of people have, I think, a mistaken perception that branding has to do with logos and graphic treatments and that sort of thing. And to my mind, that's not branding at all. Those are elements of branding. But much more important to a brand is a perception in the customer's eyes of quality, of good service, of good price. For your company to have brand equity, people have to view you very positively. Now, the logos and the graphic elements that you wrap around that, of course, let people identify with you, like, for example, Nike. But without having a product that's worth selling, a brand is really worth nothing and has no equity. So when you think of branding, think first of how can we make our company special, how can we make it better? And of course this goes back to differentiation again. So branding should be first and foremost how you differentiate yourself as a high quality operation, and then after that worry about your logo and that sort of thing. So those are a few of the key points of Module 2. Hopefully that will help you make some more sense of what you're going to read and watch in the PowerPoint shows. So I'll talk to you again in Module 3.